Hello YouTube, Andy here again, back with another reaction. This time around I wanted to get back into Ateez. It's been a couple days and I'm feeling the urge to listen to Ateez. There's a lot of Ateez I haven't listened to, or reacted to, I should say, in this case. So I'm just gonna kind of start picking away at some of these lists on my list in no particular order until I'm told again somehow that I need to take order into consideration, because I have bad memory sometimes. For just real quick before we get started, I'm a Korean American. My name's Andy. CAM Reacts stands for Korean American Reacts. And I'm basically trying to get caught up. I've been a fan from the late 1980s to the early 2010s, and then I just kind of stopped listening and kind of forgot everything. So relearning, here I am, and Ateez is another thing that's on my radar of groups that have caught my attention, and let's get started. This one's Inception, in case I didn't say that. It's building up. The kind of like chanty sound, or maybe clappy sound. Did I get chills? I think I did. Ooh, this is the kind of the Ateez I was expecting, and I was a little surprised of the slower song, and then I got this again, so I'm happy. That was a good dance break. Oh wow. Mingy's voice is such a big contrast to everyone else sometimes. I need to do a roll call after this. I just don't remember the names. I know everyone. Like, for example, my bias just went by. Sun. That's Songhwa, right? That just passed by. I really like this bridge, actually. Oh, it's really... This song, it feels a little second Jenny, which is great for me. Who's in the high note? Because that looks like not... That looked like maybe it was my bias doing that, but I couldn't tell. This is great. I get to hear their vocals a lot more than the other songs. You know, dancing in water, it sounds very uncomfortable and very hard. Hmm. I'm gonna do a quick roll call because I just know I just need to remind myself what the names are because it's been these couple days was a little too much, I think, too long. Profile. So you're Hongjung, I absolutely know that. You're Sanghwa, of course. I sometimes get Sanghwa and San, my bias, mixed up, which is amazingly embarrassing. But I like Sanghwa and San both a lot. Sanghwa is actually my bias wrecker, I think, in this group, and San is my bias. If I had any. Oh, my hair is dying. If you didn't notice. I don't know what to do with it. It's too long, basically. I need to get a haircut. Anyways, Sanghwa. Yep. You're Yunho. I know it was a Yun something. I couldn't remember if it was like a Yuho or Yunho. So I was just kind of biting my tongue when I saw him. And Yo-sang, I was pretty sure it was Yo-sang, but I just wanted to make sure. Mr. San, my bias. You're Mingi. I definitely can't forget Mingi. Woo Young, that's his name. There was a few times where he was in center, and I was like, I know that guy. He's the one that I thought looked really innocent, and turns out he's actually a freaking monster. And then there's Chungho. Chungho, for some reason, his name, I keep thinking his name is Chungho, not Chungho. Chung and Chung, right? So there's a little discrepancy, right? Chung versus Chung. Not that you guys care. This is my personal battle. Chungho. See, I did it again. Anyways, Chungho. So without going up to the top, there's Hongjung, there's Han, there's Seonghwa, there's Yunho, there's Yosang, there's Mingi, there's Wooyoung, and Chungho. Wooyoung. Yep. All right, I feel a little better now. I'm going to do Inception, not MVU, just Inception. What kind of stuff is available? Content is available. I want to do a relay and a dance practice for sure. Dance practice first. Oh, I don't get to hear their footsteps and such. They just put the song on top of it. I hope I could hear their footsteps and everything. That's part of the fun. Oh, it just sped up all of a sudden. The dance, I mean. You know it's pretty tall. God, San is a good dancer. They're all good dancers. I was just admiring my bias. I apologize. Again, Ningi's voice is such a stark contrast to the rest of the members. And I think it works really well because contrast is good in moderation. the Sooyoung just ooh. So that's Sungma, right? The one with the lighter hair color there, with the white pants and white shirt. I like this part of the song a lot. Oh, so this note is actually hit by Chungwoo. Okay. Makes sense. Wooyoung, I really like Wooyoung's hair on him. This hairstyle looks great on him. So Mingi and Hongjung are kind of like the centers. I feel like they got to interact together a lot on this video. Without losing time, do they have a relay dance for it? Bollocks. I don't see a relay dance for it. That's unfortunate. If can I add like a pause here for a second? I've returned, just checking something. I'm going to try and adjust my screen regions here. 1 second, one more time. Okay, I've decided I'm gonna work on I'm gonna watch an M Countdown's live performance of Inception as well, where I give some thoughts about the song. Hold on. Can I see the faces again? So this is Hongjung and Songhwa. Songhwa? I think I might have gotten Songhwa mixed up with San again. You know? No, I'm pretty sure I got them right. San and Mingi, of course. Yep. Cool. Okay. I'm in love. Excuse me, jeez. Someone has to explain to me, is L cap? Oh, Sungwa does have some good abs. I don't have abs. I like this part of the song. And dance. I was gonna ask, why does El Capitan have a mic while everyone else has the headset? Actually, Mingi has a mic now. Chungwa's voice is incredibly it's very piercing. Like it's forward. You know it's him, basically, is what I'm saying. Even for a song that doesn't sound like it needs to have a hard choreography like this, they're going hard. I respect it. They definitely have live mics right now, but the backing track is pretty high, so it's really hard. I love the bridge. Yeah, there's definitely live vocals. There's also a lot of um, backing track, and that's fine. For those that are not aware, I don't care that the backing track exists. It just should exist. These guys are freaking dancing their hearts out. They need the backing track to make the production and the performance sound decent. So some people, excuse me, some people sound great um, while moving and singing, and some people their voices are unstable when they're moving and singing, and it's just how their technique is, their instrument is, right? For example, just a real quick example, Jungho, he's basically belting every time he sings. He's compressing his core, he's clenching. It's full strong sound. It's gonna take like a punch to his stomach to make him waver, basically. Just imagining someone punching him in the stomach while singing, and then he kind of squeaks for a partial second. And then there's some vocalists on this group, like San, for example, who's my bias. His voice is much more delicate, and I'm not saying he's unstable. I'm saying it's more delicate. It'll be easier for him to be affected by, let's say, his heartbeat racing as he's dancing. And um, just think about it, for example, you're trying to sustain a sound, and you could just really just, for example, if you're just, I was going to use the example of bench pressing, but maybe that's not the best one. So just think of a, cannot process an example. Okay, so what I'm basically saying is it's much easier to use 100% of your strength to do something than trying to gauge what 50% is, right? Like San's voice, he gets to the places he needs to be by not just belting with 100%. It's just not how he sings. And he needs to control it. And when you have to go with somewhere in between 0 and 100, it just becomes a little more harder, I feel like. So Chango benefits a lot from having just a naturally higher tone in his voice, his singing ability than others. So he could belt pretty hard while being able to maintain these high notes. And that's actually probably more of a gift on his instrument than it is training. Of course, he trains a lot. You could tell. It's a lot of training to be able to do what these guys do. But I personally believe I think most people can sing. But there's definitely people that are more well equipped to sing better. just from their anatomy, just from their genetics, just from how they're structured. Um, but anyways, I digress. The song, I like it. I don't. It's really reminiscent of like a second gen song. I can't put my finger on it, but it kind of has. Maybe it's like a third gen song. Like when I started leaving K-pop, right? I was still hearing some third gen K-pop here and there. Um, I can't tell what generation, but it feels reminiscent. It feels like an era of songs that that sound the melody. When I say this, by the way, the melody sounds like something I've heard before. It's really reminiscent. I don't think it's a copy of any song or anything like that. It just feels like there is an era to it that is slightly more catered to someone like myself. But it's been modernized to fit into, I believe, current gen. Um, and it sounds great. By the way, the bridge, I want to listen to the bridge again. After this chorus. Getting the goosies. Ooh. Hey. Okay, that bridge, I think, is the best part of the song. Um, what a pleasant surprise. I think it highlights this song, Inception highlights their vocals a little more, but it doesn't sacrifice the intensity that they bring. I think intense is the right word to describe some of these guys in their performance in general. Um, Man, it's a good song. If I had to choose an MVP for the music video, you know what? Actually, I don't remember the music video anymore. uh, and I do remember seeing San a lot in my in the dancing, or it stuck out to me. So San is the MVP. It might be because he's my bias. Next time I'll have to think about it a little more with the MVP music video. Woo Young's actually, now that I think about it, Woo Young stuck out a lot to me this time around. This performance, I think Songhwa was really still was a standout for me. Um, Maybe it's the abs, maybe. God, but Woo I think Woo Young takes this song really well. It matches his hairstyle is great for this song, and I think he his voice. I was surprised to hear his voice on this song. It actually sounds really good. He sings really well. But he does have an aura about him that I really enjoy. It's not the same as Han and Songhwa, but it's something of similar ilk that I like about Woo Young as well. He's definitely the 180 from what I thought he was looking at profile pictures and the first song I listened to from Ateez on this channel. First song I've heard of Ateez ever, I should say. Um, out of 10, Inception is a 9.25 out of 10. I liked Mutt a little more, for sure. But I loved how I could hear the vocals on the song. The rapping was a lot less here. Hongjung and Mingi, I know they can rap though, there was a lot of it gave a lot of oh, excuse me, it's late. I apologize for Leon. It gave a lot of spotlight to the vocalists, and I really appreciate that. It was a nice change. Um, yeah, 9.25 out of 10. Again, that scale is how I personally like a song. It doesn't have anything to do with how critically acclaimed it can be or is, or how well it is structured musically, or anything like that. I'm not analyzing their vocals in any real manner, other than just real basic amateurish stuff. But it's not really changing my score. So anyway, I appreciate if you made it this far. Please, hearts, if you want to receive them. You're great. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. Uh, if you have more Ateez content you want me to see, I have a big list now for sure. But if you have other content, the more you bring it up, the more likely I'll be like, oh, actually, this song came up several times. Um, Maybe this is the one that's more popular than, let's say, the next on the list. So please keep the suggestions coming. Always looking to learn more about these guys. I asked the question about why is it only Hongjun seems to carry a mic more often than the others. Maybe I will not speculate. If there's any real reason behind it, I'd be interested to know. This time around, Mingi also had a mic, and I'm trying to think if he had a mic on another performance. I don't recall at the moment. That's possible. Okay, so with that said, thank you for being here. Leave a comment if you can, like I said. Also, like the video if you liked what you watched. It helps the algorithms and it helps me out. And also, if you can, subscribe to the channel. It helps me know that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing, what I'm putting out on the channel, and it helps me stay motivated and keep moving forward. So always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.